But everybody sees you, and everybody has their own impressions of you, you know what I'm saying? And I just, do what I can to be myself, I'm not trying to put on the front. People see what they want, and they accept what they want.
Thousands of hours of film with Diddy and Epstein will likely be available online. In all honesty, I believe the possibility of the notorious Epstein client list becoming public knowledge if Trump is elected is a factor in Kamal's strong support. Some of the millionaires backing Kamal fear what it would entail for them. Isn't it ironic? The most messy scandals may include the same individuals who like lecturing the rest of us about morality. Elon Musk, one of Trump's staunchest supporters, then revealed a shocking revelation. He said that Diddy is connected to several well-known Trump detractors at CBS. And it gets wilder since taking office. Trump has hinted that he may reveal Epstein's customer list. It may reveal some startling connections between the Epstein affair and Diddy's notorious parties if that occurs. So, who are these CBS executives Musk is talking about? And why is he so adamant that they should be languishing in prison with Diddy? Let's look at Mark Wahlberg. He and Diddy were business partners, not simply acquaintances. Together, the two created the highly anticipated water brand Aquahydrate, which attracted a respectable following and offered many health advantages. In addition to being investors, Wahlberg and Diddy actively promoted the brand by attending events and enlisting other well-known figures. People are beginning to ask the obvious question now that Diddy is in jail. Was Wahlberg aware of anything? He managed a whole business with him? After all. I mean, it's difficult not to wonder. Wahlberg's past has always been intriguing. Did you recall his rap days? He became well known for hits like Good Vibrations, but his life changed when he began to see some dubious things behind the scenes, mainly when the East Coast vs. West Coast rap conflicts were at their height. Insiders claim Wahlberg's uneasiness with the industry's dark side is healthy knowledge. He has made it apparent that he left since he was uncomfortable with the situation. Now that Diddy's issues are back in the news, everyone is focusing on Wahlberg and questioning what he knows. Wahlberg even relocated to Germany at one time, partly to escape the turmoil involving Diddy and other prominent figures in the business. He has spoken about feeling pressure to project a more gangster persona which wasn't true to himself. Ultimately, such an urge caused him to abandon hip-hop and return to acting. However, now that Elon's disclosures have brought Wahlberg's history back into the public eye, many are wondering, did he leave the music industry to escape Diddy's environment as well? I've done a lot of things to grab attention, but I always tried to keep it rooted in the music, Wahlberg said at one point. Then there is Russell Brand, who has always had a complex relationship with Diddy. Brand recalled going to Vegas with Diddy on a purported vacation, but it seemed more like he was tied into something he couldn't get out of. He characterized it as intense, as if Diddy's power imprisoned him. However, it went beyond a single journey. The Brand even spoke about how, when Diddy was abroad, he had to look after his fish at his estate. Let's face it, this is much more than a passing Hollywood association. Imagine receiving a call from Diddy saying, "Hey, could you come get me at the airport? Could you feed my fish as well? I'm leaving town." You would likely initially concur, reasoning, well, I can't upset him, he's such an influential guy. But eventually it starts to establish a pattern: more considerable demands, more favors, and before you know it, you're hooked. Brand said that he often felt pressure to say no, making him feel more like a puppet than a buddy. Even more noteworthy is that Brand alluded to the favors Diddy anticipated being different from standard Hollywood interactions. It seemed more profound and eerie than just doing errands or feeding fish. Brand may have parodied the business and get him to the Greek, but his real-life experiences with Diddy appeared to reflect a harsher version of that tale. You're left wondering how big of an impact Diddy had on these individuals. How many more were entangled in his web without ever raising their voices? It seemed all too real in the movie. Diddy's character mentally manipulates Brand's character, a scene that, looking back, feels eerily close to Brand's experience with Diddy. Right, what you have to do is express what it would be like to have with all of these different people. It didn't seem like a huge problem at first. There are benefits to being a rock star after all. Russell Brand then revealed something shocking. He said he felt as if he was being prepared for Diddy's inner circle, a world in which it seemed that saying no was not an option. Now that Russell's name appears on that notorious list, supporters are beginning to wonder whether his time in the limelight will soon take a negative turn. And then Jeff Bezos came along just when we thought it couldn't be any more juicy. That's Jeff Bezos indeed. When his name was linked to Diddy, many were shocked. Yes, they have collaborated in the past. Do you recall how Amazon Studios helped start Revolt TV? It seemed to be simply another astute business partnership at the time. Fans, however, are compelled to look more closely at this relationship as a result of Musk's contentious list. The problem is that Bezos doesn't get into alliances mindlessly. He is methodical and careful. With all the rumors about Diddy's covert parties and dubious activities, the issue now becomes, does Bezos know more than he's disclosing? And why the quiet if he did? Fans are buzzing with speculations about this kind of mystery. Ashton Kutcher, on the other hand, seems to be physically fleeing. Allegedly, Johnny and Mila Kunis want to move to Europe to escape the controversy. Diddy and Ashton have a long history together that dates back to their MTV days. Do you recall Diddy telling him, in jest, "Don't punk me, man"? They were close, often appeared together at events, and even accompanied each other on a marathon. However, when people began to link Ashton to Diddy's infamous 2009 White Party, things became strange. Ashton was unable to conceal his uneasiness when questioned about those gatherings. He cautiously said, "I have some secrets, but I'm not sharing." Now that Diddy's legal issues are in the spotlight, there are reports that Ashton wants to start over far away from the controversy. A source with In Touch magazine claims that the pair is keen to go away from the mayhem and steer clear of any possible fallout from Diddy's catastrophe. Remember, however, that Ashton has already had a difficult year. Outrage erupted when he sent a character statement supporting Danny Masterson after Masterson's 30-year jail term. Ashton was compelled by the criticism to apologize in public. Who can blame Hollywood's once-adored golden boy for wanting to leave the industry quickly after that incident and the Diddy drama?
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
We were asked to write character letters on Danny, whom we have known for 25 years, by his family a few months ago. The goal was to assist the judge in giving his character a thorough evaluation while deciding on the appropriate sentencing. To be clear, the purpose of these letters was not to question the jury's verdict or the judicial system. They weren't intended to minimize the survivors' testimonies or to inflict further suffering on them. We sincerely regret if they did. That was never our aim. We are thinking about everyone who has been abused, traumatized, or sexually assaulted. Moving on, another well-known figure is Ron Burkle, a prominent investor and long-standing partner of Diddy's business. Burkle was more than simply a financial supporter. He was essential to Diddy's success. Do you remember Sean John, Diddy's clothing line? Burkle invested more than $100 million in it, enabling Diddy to grow his company and go into high-stakes tech and finance. However, here is where things get unclear. There are now substantial concerns about Burkle's links after his name was connected to Jeffrey Epstein's network. Burkle's modest profile further heightens the mystery, particularly given that Diddy was able to access exclusive circles thanks to his financial backing. Now, fans are ignoring their relationship, questioning if it's more than just business. Burkle is one of the most contentious individuals on Musk's list because of his participation in high-profile events with Diddy, which has further increased the rumors. To be honest, it's odd that Epstein's whole customer list hasn't been released yet. However, you can be sure it will cause a stir when it does. Leonardo DiCaprio is another well-known name that keeps coming up. His frequent attendance at Diddy's well-known white parties, such as the notorious East Hampton Party in 1998, which continues to generate conversation due to its wild and chaotic moments, is now being remembered by fans. Naturally, DiCaprio is skilled at maintaining secrecy. Leo quickly flew to Italy when Diddy's legal troubles made news, where he was seen lounging with his new girlfriend. Fans, however, weren't duped. For years, DiCaprio has been the subject of rumors, with some claiming he avoids attention by maintaining high-profile relationships. He dates models. Many think they're rising stars who profit from the attention, which also serves as a beneficial diversion from rumors regarding his private life. Isn't it an intriguing tale? One that seems to be far from finished. Last but not least is Fat Joe, who has been one of Diddy's closest allies in hip-hop for more than 30 years. It is thought that Leonardo's management is keeping him from coming out publicly because they think it will damage his reputation as a Hollywood playboy and heartbreaker. When the allegations against Diddy came to light, Fat Joe didn't hesitate to stand by his longtime friend. Calling the entire ordeal a nightmare, he expressed hope that it would simply blow over. But Joe's unwavering loyalty has raised eyebrows, especially now that his name is being linked to the same circles Elon Musk has called into question. "I don't know all the details," Joe said in a recent interview, "but I've been praying for him and his family. He's been my friend for 30 years, so I'm never going to say anything more than that." Fat Joe and Diddy go way back. Their friendship stretches all the way to the 1990s. a time when both were carving out their legacies in the music industry. From the glitz of platinum records to the shadows of personal controversies, they've navigated the highs and lows of fame together. With such a tight bond, Joe has likely seen more than most when it comes to Diddy's world. And as the drama unfolds, fans aren't shy about sharing their own opinions. On social media, one user pointed out the potential risk Musk is taking by bringing these connections to light. Elon is putting himself in danger here, the comment read, sparking a debate about the consequences of exposing powerful figures. Another drew parallels between Musk's boldness and the controversial rhetoric often associated with former President Donald Trump. The way Musk is speaking out feels very Trump-like, they noted, adding fuel to the growing conversation about the tech mogul's motives. The public's fascination with the unfolding saga is a mix of intrigue and skepticism. Many are wondering how deep these connections really go and what it means for the people involved. Joe, for his part, remains steadfast in his support for Diddy, despite the growing speculation. Still, his loyalty hasn't shielded him from scrutiny. Fans are questioning whether his defense is rooted in genuine friendship or an attempt to protect his own reputation, given his proximity to the controversial figures now under the spotlight. As the story continues to evolve, it's clear that Fat Joe's allegiance to Diddy is just one piece of a much larger puzzle, one that everyone seems eager to solve. The rallying cry that best captures the spirit is, "Time for a massive house cleaning. Let there be light, and may it shine so bright and clear that nothing is hidden." What do you think of this list? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons for more unfiltered stories straight from the hood. While you're here, check out our next video for more insights on the top side of the Hollywood celebrity world. I promise you won't want to miss it.